Are you wondering what the 2023 changes to the National Reserve Study Standards will mean for your upcoming reserve study? In this part of our webinar, we'll begin by discussing what remains the same and what is changing. In the next few years, you can anticipate allocating funds for more projects further out into the future. You'll also see more detailed information from various experts being disclosed, along with the information from the expert reports that you've provided for our review. Your reserve study will maintain its core identity, but it's getting an upgrade, and for the better.
All right, so what's it going to look like in your actual reserve study? What differences can you expect? Well, I should start out with what's not going to change. I want to say the normal, historical, readily inspected visual assets, no change there. You're still going to get repainting, recarpeting, things that are patently obvious to the naked eye. But I want to open you to the idea that you're going to get more than visual. You have been in the past. The reserve study professionals call your elevator company. We call your plumber. We call your HVAC service people to get insight into what's going on with those assets. So I want to make sure you're connecting the past to the future. But we're going to, as I said, going to have some more disclosures. So we are not to be counted on for your safety inspection. But if we see something that is patently obvious to us, we're going to document it, we're going to photograph it, and we may put it in writing, basically putting you on notice that we saw it and you were told. So we're going to be an extra pair of eyes to help you maintain safety at your association. And we're going to be a little quicker to reach out to subject matter experts. We may have in the past looked at this asphalt and says, it's failed. You need to totally resurface the asphalt, remove and replace, and that's that and move on. But when we see extreme deterioration, we're more likely going to reach out and get something in writing, phone notes, email correspondence, or maybe a report from subject matter experts. So that happens in the office, reaching out. And those subject matter expert reports may be like the Marapito engineering report that was prepared in, I think it was in 2018, got a 2020 date on this. I bet this was the updated version. It is. They did a 2018 version and a 2020 version that they learned of shortly before they collapsed. But you can see big numbers here. The reserve study is the place to gather this information, be able to communicate it to the association, and have them now have a plan, knowing how much is going to take in a special assessment, how much is going to take in a loan, how much is going to take in higher assessments to make this thing work so they can get things done at their association. So it goes from structure to preventive maintenance. Again, the other side of the coin, the early side, we're going to be asking for and encouraging preventive maintenance plans and schedules. We want you to take care of the property. Doing that, taking good care of the property, will minimize your expenses at the property. So we want you caring for the property, being proactive, because best way to deal with the problem is to prevent it. So take good care of your assets. That minimizes service calls, that minimizes breakdowns, that minimizes equipment replacement. And from my point of view, it maximizes the useful life. So if you can get 20 years out of a roof instead of just 15, you can get to 25 years out of a fence instead of just 20. That's great for your reserve planning. You don't have to replace as often, going to minimize your reserve funding. And you're going to see more across the country, more long life components, things that are over 40 years, where we're slicing that up into 40 pieces and saying, hey, pay your 1/40th portion this year. Whether it be a chain link tennis court fence that's slow to deteriorate, and on a 40-year component, really not all that expensive, 20 some grand. Or it may be something like boilers, where you need to replace it every 40 years. You may need to do a major overhaul at the halfway point, but we call this overlapping cycles. You see $40,000, almost $100,000. These are big projects. We want to make sure those are in there and everyone is paying their, in this situation, 1/40th share. And again, going all the way to the other end of the spectrum, budgeting for preventive maintenance. If it's a significant expense, like this is a professional balcony inspection. This is appropriate for this association. It's almost $20,000. Fund it through reserves. That way the money accumulates and it's there to be spent to take good care of the property. Let's run this by. 3-part test. Is it common area? Yes. Is it something that we can reasonably anticipate? Yes. We've learned that this needs to happen at your association, or this association, I should say, every year. Is it above a significant expense? Yes. 20 grand is significant. So we're going to apply that 3-part test over and over and over again. Same for the infrastructure report. A 10-year report, that's a big engineering or architectural report. $82,500 for this property every 10 years. Just got done, so we have a good cost basis on this. It's not a thing. This will be maybe a piece of paper, many pages. It may be a PDF. It's not a roof tile. It's not a chunk of asphalt, but it's 3-part test. It's a common area project to take care of your physical property. It is reasonably anticipated, and it's a significant expense. So you're going to see this fold into reserves.
At Association Reserves, we make the present less stressful and the future more secure. If you want to join us in this mission, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment down below on what you'd like to see us address in a future video. Let's plan for your best future.